Guys, T-Fit here with Fit Bully TV, and clearly it's Despicable Me. We've got Tronisha out here. Go ahead, show him Tron a little bit. I've never agreed with a concept when it comes to self-help more in my life. I used to hate self-help books with a passion. I hated self-help concepts. I hated when somebody said, Trev, you should read this. It's going to give you more perspective. Well, I said, no, boy, go out and live your life. But then came the 5 love languages. And I said, now that's interesting. I don't even believe in love. T-Fit here, Fit Bully TV people. What do you think your dog's love language is? And do you know yours? Guys, so, believe it or not, a lot of people's dogs don't like them. That's the truth. And unfortunately, in my experience, again, just my experience, people, the dog never really had a solid reason to love you. It has a reason to put up with you, and that's because you feed it. Maybe you pet it a few times. It's got room and board covered. And so the dog's like, hey, okay, I'll come out here. Hey, come meet such and such. You meet him, but he's like, I don't really like these people. I'm just ready to eat. That's that. So then I started investigating what is each dog's love language, because what I learned very quickly, Ego's not super treat driven. You can give him some treats and he'll play along. But when he's done with it, he's like, dude, get out of my face. Tron, treat driven. But then you go, what does Tron want more? That ball or a treat? He wants that ball 100% of the time. And now he likes a few bite things, and he loves pets, hugs, and rubs. So you say, what is the best way to ignite passion in a dog like Tron? Or Maya? Look, I've literally, put it like this. I used to think Maya was super food driven. And there would be times where when I have her dragging some, I'd be guiding her with the treat. Eventually, she drops her head and she has no interest in the treat. She's like, bro, I can't eat and pull this weight. Leave me alone. But you know what you do to get Maya going? If you just pet her, motivate it. So it's her love language. Touch. Touch is the highest form of love for Maya. And then when I went back and thought about it, I still to this day have plenty of videos where you wake up, she's just on you. And I used to let her sleep on me for 30 minutes a night. I'd get on the couch and I'd be like, all right, Maya, come on. And she'd look at me for about 2 minutes. She'd look and I'd be laying on this little couch. And then at some point, I'd be like, okay, you can come up for a little bit. And she'd climb up there and lay right on me. Before I said, oh, you got 30 minutes, then you gotta go. And that's what she wanted. She's connected to touch. So when you think about finding motivation, loving your dog, for one, this is an interesting read. I'll be honest in saying I've not read it. But I've taken the test and I watched a lot of the concepts. And you have literally words of affirmation. You know, a lot of people like words of affirmation. So if you ever see me say, work, Tron, look, he looked up. When he's pulling with Ego will start pulling him and Tron will kind of give up. Be like, come on, Tron. Hey, that words of affirmation, they work on him. Then you've got quality time. You go, that's interesting. Well, which dog likes to be around me? Which dog hates not being too close to me? Well, Ego's mother and Ego in general. He will come out that cage, and I mean bust out of it, if there's an opportunity to get within 5 feet of me. That's the truth. He's like Ego, another one. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd be up, and I let him stay in the room sometimes, and he keeps coming to the corner of the bed. Now, mind you, he could be sneaky if he wanted, and he'll come to the corner. He'd go to the end of the bed and climb up. He comes right to where my head's at and looks at me. I'll be like, man, go lay down. He'd be like, all right, go ahead to bed, brother. I'll be in this bed at some point tonight. And then finally I give in. Because I'm like, I'm about to go to sleep. I'd rather him know where he's at versus we wake up and he just be somewhere he don't need to be, taking up space. So Ego's a quality time. And clearly he loves, well, I would presume that falls in quality because he loves doing the bite work stuff. He loves doing whatever I want to do technically. Not super ball driven though. And then receiving gifts. That would be treats. Another one. So we got receiving gifts. Let's just go over acts of service and physical touch. Some dogs want to be pet. Some dogs love treats. Some dogs will go to the end of the world with you. Hence the movie I Am Legend. Some dogs, they need you know, all that praise and stuff. And then acts of service is objectively me being out here helping the dog help itself. It's those moments where you want the dog to build a little bit more confidence and you pick him up and you guide him and say, you're okay. That's an act of service. It's being supportive, even in your real life, in anything that you do. Tron, again, is not super motivated by treats, but he'll play along. He's not motivated by the bite stuff, but he'll play along. That ball is his greatest motivation on earth. I'm not his motivation. When I let Tron in the room, he never tries to get into bed. He don't even try once. He literally walks right in the room and sleeps on the couch where there's a dog bed and relaxes. Never bothers me. He don't even attempt to. Ego and them, those are my guys. Or Ego and his mother, they're like, nah, bro. I need to be close as all outdoors to you. So for one, let me tell you why I like the 5 love languages specifically. And yes, I took the test. My highest one's acts of service. Second is quality time. The third is physical touch. Words of affirmation are non-existent. I don't need no encouragement. And I think gift giving was also, I don't like gifts. I like to know what I'm getting. But when I thought about this book, or I start learning about this concept, I said to myself, not only is it interesting because if somebody gave you $1 million but they're not there, you wouldn't spend it. You know, somebody give you 1,000 gifts. They're like, well, I sent you this. You're like, man, I just want to be with you. I said, now that makes sense. So oftentimes there's a miscommunication because you're communicating the wrong thing based on the things what you want versus what they need. So get to know your dog's needs. We're going to do more stuff around the love language stuff because I like it. I like it in general. And as I repeat, I don't even believe in love. But I believe that these dogs can be better. And I believe it is my job as an owner to push their limits, test them, love them, take care of them, feed them, protect them, and vice versa. Why would a dog protect you if you wouldn't protect it? The dog has to feel safe. It has to feel confident. It has to feel trust. And all those things fall into some of these categories here. So very interesting concept. I would imagine it's a good book. I've watched a lot of stuff on it. I did take the test. And I do believe that the dogs slowly but surely are learning again, as I'm learning from them, how to fit in my world, and I'm learning to fit in their world by way of communicating through love. Take care of your dogs, people. Read this book. Take the test.